The Los Angeles Coliseum, once home to the Olympic Games and many of the most memorable moments in sports, and also home to the USC Trojans, who are prepared to fight on once again today. This is anything but a run-of-the-mill early season matchup, a clash of top 10 teams as these two will get their oil checked early. As we'll see the number 5 team in the country, the Florida State Seminoles, taking on the 9th-ranked team in the land, the USC Trojans. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Kick it away to start. And he takes this from inside the 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll... The 24. First down for this offense. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Guys, in basketball through the years, we've seen the Big Ten ACC Challenge, and it'll be fun to watch this one on the football field.
I think this is going to be a real test of physicality. I know these are two conferences that pride themselves on that, going out and establishing the line of scrimmage. So, David, interesting X's and O's matchup here in this one.
Yeah, and it's always cool to have those measuring stick opponents. Like, once we start getting deeper in the season and start having the comparison game, well, you have a matchup, a big matchup of a Big Ten school versus an ACC school. This will be used in the college football playoff criteria.
This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged, but when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
He'll throw on third down. Finds his tight end. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. Well, they were counting on winning the one-on-one battle. They got the completion, but the yardage didn't work out.
Yeah, and a lot of times, man, that's what I do on short yardage situation. 3rd and short, make my guy fall forward for a couple yards, try to get the first down, but it was a good tackle, and the receiver got absolutely nowhere after the catch.
On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Makes the grab inside the 30. Racing down the left side. Touchdown, Southern Cal. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game, get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
And the extra point splits the uprights. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Quick handoff. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. It's amazing how a play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you are.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. Slings it downfield. It's caught downfield. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line.
And that's why this guy's a complete running back. He's good between the tackles, he can pass block, but he can also run routes. And we're not just talking about screens or swing routes. This guy gets vertical down the field, and he can run the route tree.
This offense lining up now at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Listen, I know there are a lot of DBs out there that all they want to do is get interceptions and dance in the end zone. This dude likes to put his face in the fan, get close to the line of scrimmage, and tackle. And on the opening drive, if he's out there, he gets a huge tackle for loss early. That is a statement play.
He wants to throw here on 2nd down. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and 3rd down is coming. You can really set the tone for what's possible in your season in early season showdowns like this, both in the top 10 and both with the loftiest of goals.
This one's fun too, David, because we had this game circled in the offseason. We knew this was going to be a really good matchup early. We're going to find out the answers to a lot of questions we have about both these teams.
Well, and sometimes it's hard to figure that out, right? Like, you don't get till mid-season, you're like, oh, they haven't played anybody. Out the gates, 2 top 10 teams, we get to find out really quickly who's legit.
Feeling some heat. Trying to make magic on the scramble. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29.
Well, he does a really nice job buying time, and I love the awareness there, understanding no one's open downfield, knowing where the sticks are, and he's able to use his athleticism to get that first down.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. They'll try to get outside. The Express got some room, entered to the goal line. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Florida State. That running back just had a caravan of blockers to take him into the end zone.
There's not very many times at home, Reese, where I'm going to say that everybody watching on their couch could have scored on that play. This is one of them.
And they did tack on that extra point without any adventure. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. And he put an exclamation point on that drive with a 29-yard touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. To the air on first down. Intercepted. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
It's all about making plays, and this guy's been waiting to make his mark on this team. He gets his first interception of the season, and what a momentum-changing play for his team.
And the sudden change magnified for this defense as it's 1st and goal. Fullback's got it. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
You know, when you're handing off to your fullback, oftentimes these guys need some space to work so they can build up a head of steam and get the speed going, but that guy didn't have anywhere to go on that one.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Using the quick game. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
And I love running this slot receiver. You see so much of that. It's about matchups, right? I can put a fast guy in that slot. Maybe get him matched up on a linebacker or a safety. I like working those guys in those matchups. Favorable for the offense for sure.
They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of settling for 3, but it is 3rd and goal. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. And tackled there by the defense.
And how about the response from this defense? Put in a horrible situation, horrible field position, just they bowed their necks 3 times in a row.
Yeah, and it's a sudden change situation. They practice that all week. You never know when they're going to come up. You have to have guys on the field playing with a sense of urgency. This has been awesome defensively.
Instead of trying to just take the lead with a field goal, they'll leave the offense out there to try to punch in the touchdown. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, no!
And how about this offense? A big situation on 4th and goal, and you trust your running back. You trust your offensive line. You trust the physicality of this unit, and they reward that trust, and they punch it in for 6.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
2 very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Texas A&M overcame a sloppy start and just put the finishing touches on a notable road win. And to pick yourself up and dust yourself off away from College Station, these Aggies got to be thrilled with this result. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there.
And it's really nice, whether it's RPO or not, is having a defensive line that stones the offensive line, takes away the gaps. It doesn't matter what your read is if you're winning up front on that defensive line.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Let's go! Fast motion from the offense. With jet sweep pass. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the first quarter.
Loss of 4. 3rd down coming up. That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Florida State 14, USC 7.
Now facing a 3rd down as they line up after the break. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Snags it down the right side. And a pickup of better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously was he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
After the incompletion, they go back up top. On the run, still looking. Complete in the middle. Tackled after picking up the first down.
I love when QBs break the pocket and still look to attack. Because as soon as you break the pocket, I'm thinking, oh man, he's going to take off and run, and I might come up. But those big plays can be made down the field. Nice job by the quarterback keeping his eyes down the field.
They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Grabbed over the middle. It's Wang. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be first and goal from there. And the Trojans moving quickly to the line. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. He wants to throw it again. Into the hallelujah land. Touchdown, Trojans! Well, they started with horrible, and let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. Lining up for the PAT. And it's up and good. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you've got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
On second down, just keeps firing. Trying to escape and get it himself. He's got it out to the 37 after gaining 5. The Noles have had outstanding quarterbacks over the years, not always dual threats, sometimes a little more Danny Cannell-ish, but using his feet well there.
And even Chris Winkie, and guys that maybe they weren't runners, but man, they made those athletes around them really come to life and were a force multiplier, made everybody around them better, and you found a lot of those guys with these Florida State offenses.
Pulls and fires complete. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. Nothing too surprising about seeing the Seminoles being productive in the passing game.
Man, we can think back, Reese, to so many great offenses for Florida State, whether it's Charlie Wood or Chris Winkie, whoever it is, the trigger man being really, really good is the start of a great Florida State team.
And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this deep tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last one.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. This defense will try to keep everything in front. He's looking for a man on 2nd down. He'll try to do it himself. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. Just nowhere to go against his defense to find that single yard he needed on 3rd down.
How about that? You don't see those, touch passes go for negative yards very often. Usually this is a short flick that counts as a completion that goes a long way, but the defense aggressive. Saw it, pulled the trigger, came outside, made sure he didn't get outside and get to that edge. Nice job by the defense.
We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. This offense gets into plus territory. They're going to go for it regardless of their field goal kicker's range. On 4th down, trying to find his man. Fires to the wideout. Got it past the marker. Not much of a 4th down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the 1st down there.
Yeah, and you got to give the receiver credit, obviously knowing where that is, but the defender needs to know where it is too. Where is he trying to get? That ball's going to come out quick. He didn't really understand where the sticks were, and because of that, he gives up the 1st down. Need to just be a little bit more aware as a defensive guy.
Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Running back searching for a hole. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. And that's not the way they drew it up. It's incomplete.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affected the football game.
3rd down, and this crowd is tearing the lid off this place. From the gun, wants to pass. Got a man, it's Cobb. And they pick up just a few on that completion. The defense calls the timeout. They're 2nd of the day as they try to get their act together. And they'll have to settle for a field goal try. It's good. And now they regain the lead. After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
This offense has a 2nd down play. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Dialing up a 2nd down pass play. Fires to the middle. He's got it. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41. They'll rush to the line. Clock stopped for the first down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. Looking to move it through the air. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. The first down sack pushes the ball back for this long second down. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
Well, I know that one fell incomplete, but what a day this guy's had throwing the football. Multiple touchdowns, and he's done a really nice job with his decision-making. Hasn't thrown any picks, which has really helped keep this offense on schedule.
This is a 3rd and long. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Touch pass on the run. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. The Trojans will send out the punt unit. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Wouldn't call it a shank, but I don't think he'll include it on his greatest hits. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David, it's sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm.
And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions, but sees zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Just about set for the second half kickoff. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Keeping it on the ground to open the second half. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Quick strike complete. Oh, the sweet juke gets him free. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him quickly. The hard part now is running and tackling that guy. Not easy to do.
They used a chunk play to cross midfield, and they've got it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. Touch pass on the jet sweep. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver, the different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
On second down, he'll let it fly. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
On third and long, no secret what he needs here. Fires to the tight end. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. They're a perfect 2 for 2 on fourth down. They'll go for the hat trick. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on downs.
He had nowhere to go with the football. Fourth down, you know he wants to make a play. I'd like for him to throw it up, to be honest. Try to give somebody an opportunity to make a play. Who cares about throwing big? It's fourth down anyways, but couldn't find anybody to get the ball off. Defense surrounds him, gets him to the ground with the sack.
This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Quarterback changing the plays at the line. On second down, he's looking downfield. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
This pass rush is serious, man. When you watch them on film, they do a nice job in the back end, taking away all the throws downfield. He's trying to get to his check down, but that pressure gets to him, and the hit forced the incomplete.
Let's see what they find in the playbook for third and long from the 43. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Pocket starts to collapse. It's a fumble. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover. And he had an opportunity there to make something out of nothing, but things just got sideways and the ball came free.
I just like the effort on defense, okay? They couldn't get to the quarterback initially in the pocket. He starts scrambling, and they don't quit. You saw all of the effort of everybody pursuing the QB, catching up to him, and then creating the fumble. Awesome job.
Catch in the middle. It's McLeod. They make the stop right there. Good pickup, and still short of the first down.
It's really nice when you're an offensive coach and you can basically attack the whole field. When you got an arm like this and you can just, boom, put it on a line, it's really nice to have it.
After the first down completion, it's second and short. They're going to run it. The Seminoles have a first down.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
DB's right up on the receivers. Trying to find his man on first down. Looking to take a shot. Throw into the end zone. It's picked off. And he's brought down after the pick, but not before putting his offense in business.
You know, I like the decision by the quarterback in terms of where he was going with the ball. Just don't like the accuracy. That was not good location on the throw. Got away from him a little bit. The defense able to come up with a big pick.
And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Ball security always paramount. That football must be riveted to your rib cage, Jesse, and it wasn't last time.
And look, he knows if that happens again, he's going to find himself on the sideline. So this is going to be a dude very motivated to make some plays on this drive.
Yeah, and I think it's frustrating, but you got to put it behind you. You got to move on. And this offense has to go through him anyways. You got to be able to run the football and have some balance.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. That's reeled in. It's Wang. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Looking for that first down on 3rd and short from the 28. They'll try to get it through the air. Throws to the wideout. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays. And I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw at this time.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. They're working that left side. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. Much of this Seminole foundation was built around great quarterback play, some legends at that position.
Some awesome guys that spread it around to elite playmakers, and just a great history at Florida State. They've been up and down in the recent history, but this team back in the day, man, Doak was rocking. Everybody wanted to be a Florida State Seminole.
Looking for a deep man. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
You know, if you're going to complete these dagger throws, you've got to have great anticipation as a quarterback. You almost got to throw it before the receiver comes out of the break. You need better timing on it.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Getting some heat. He's going to run it. And as they get him to the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the 3rd. trying to pick up a first down. Complete on third down. Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to third down. You get them to those critical points. Now they get the first down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
Defense there to stop him after a gain of 3, but he is inside the 30 to the 29.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football, so he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Looking to pass on second down. Throws toward the end zone. And it's intercepted. A huge fourth quarter play for this defense. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Well, this offense is trying to ice the game. They've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but it's only by one possession, so you've got to be so careful with your decision-making. And that was not a good one by the quarterback. They now turn it over, and they better hope their defense can play well in a sudden change situation.
Movement from the linebackers trying to mess, looking deep down the right side. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. There he goes down the right side. Touchdown USC. They've got the lead here in the fourth.
Yeah, and a nice job in the fourth quarter making plays, and a nice job being on the same page. QB, receiver. You could tell he broke with the football. He caught it in stride, gets into the end zone. Nice pitch and catch right there. Nice chemistry by the QB and wide receiver.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Well, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Wide receiver shows motion. Oh, not able to hold his water, and the offense will have it stepped off against them. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Line getting set on second down. He's looking to throw. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down.
Love the coverage on the back end by the defense on that play. In these scramble-type situations, the quarterback's rolling out to his right. Everything breaks down, and it really gets hard on these defenders to have to stay with their man, but a good job there by the defense.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. He's got it. Slips a tackle, and he's got room. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on third down, and more times than not, he is going to deliver.
And he's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game. So you definitely want to highlight him, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, find him, he'll make those contested catches.
We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. With the catch, it's Cobb. Makes a grab, and he's dragged down. That one's sort of like a shooter in basketball, just needing to see one go through the net, isn't it, David? Just get a completion to your guy and pick up some yardage.
Build some confidence, because your confidence throwing the ball over the middle of the field and in tight windows, probably not at an all-time high, but check it down, make something positive happen. The running back does his job, so maybe this sparks a little something in the quarterback's head where he can feel a little bit more confident and bounce back from these early mistakes.
Coming after him. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
Sometimes you beat your guy and you get sacked so clean, and sometimes, like on this play, the DBs do a great job covering, make the QB hold the football, and then the rush gets home.
Looking for a block. It's Thompson. They'll get him down at the 21-yard line. The coverage team able to stop him right there. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. So we've got a tight spot here, David. They'd love to run out the clock, but all those timeouts staring at them.
They got 3 timeouts on defense, but I know a first down ends this football game. So I got to get my guys physical, ready to roll.
Yeah, because you know this defense is going to be playing to run. They're going to be loading the box, trying to get tackles, using their timeouts to get the football back. So this is going to come down to who's better in the trenches.
Lining up from the 34 on first down. He's going to pass. No, sirree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Now on second down. Quarterback checking the play. He's looking for an open man on second down. That is just a sideline clinic. Roll, catch, toe drag, everything you want.
That play is going to drive the head coach absolutely crazy. You've got the lead. Why are you going out of bounds? Just get down and lead the clock. The clock right now is your friend.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing. You need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run when they're going between the tackles. This defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
Unloads quickly. Brought down to the ground, but he